Welcome to World Energy Television. I'm Richard Loomis, CEO of World Energy. And today, we're hosting on-camera dialogues at Summer NAPE 2008. And we have the privilege of speaking with Dennis Corkran of Corkran Energy LP.
Right.
Dennis, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So what brings you to NAPE this year?
Well, we felt like that just coming to Winter NAPE was not sufficient. We feel like that the energy industry is changing so rapidly that it's not just a once a year type affair. This is actually the first time I've been to Summer NAPE, and it's because we feel like that we need to have a presence, find out what's going on, let other people know what we're doing, because things are changing so radically.
Over the last 20 years, we've seen a steady decline on our oil production. Do you think there's anything that could reverse that trend?
Technology. It has to be economic to develop the technology and provide dollars for research and development. As a small company, we can't afford to do that. That's one area where the major oil companies or government subsidies in research and development will help us in that pursuit. Not just in hydrocarbon energy, but also in other renewable energy sources, biomass, wind, solar. I believe that it's going to require all of those solutions to keep our economy from suffering from a lack of energy in the future. We can't rely on one energy source any longer. We have to develop all of our sources of energy.
This is an election year. Do you think our presidential candidates have an idea of what to do about the energy situation?
Yes, I think that that all of our elected officials are bright enough and intelligent enough to know the solutions. Whether they will pursue those solutions or not, I think, unfortunately, they might succumb to politics and not pursue the proper course of action that they know that they should take in order to get elected or to further a political agenda. So much of this comes back to economics, and left to strictly economics, supply and demand. That's more of a short-term approach to solving solutions. I believe the energy issue is so large and important to our economy that we can't rely on a short-term solution. We have to look at long-term solutions. So I believe that it's the duty of our elected officials that when we are in situations like this where we can't rely on short-term solutions, that's when government needs to get involved and say, hey, we need to be developing all of our technology and all of our energy industries, not focusing on one as a solution over another. Let all of these, and don't approach it from a standpoint of subsidizing each industry to make them economic. Put those dollars into research and development. Once you put the dollars in research and development, and you do the best that you can to develop those technologies, then let our economy, our supply and demand dictate which one of those solutions is the best for providing energy at a cheaper cost.
Well, right now, gasoline is like $3.60 something a gallon. The price of oil is at $115 plus. Natural gas is at $8.
Which is less than coal on a BTU basis.
Yeah, agreed. Coal prices have gone through the roof. Do you think the price signals are there to get the public's attention at this point?
I think we've seen some knee-jerk reaction, and I call it knee-jerk because I can already sense relief on the faces of a lot of my friends that don't understand the energy industry. Whenever the price of gasoline and diesel was going up, they would jokingly say, "You're making it hard for me to make a living," and now that prices have come back down, they go, "Well, I'm glad that's over."
Yeah.
And so they go right back to their old habits of driving as much as they did before, and it's amazing that it's not that much cheaper. People have short-term memories, so they're getting conditioned to the higher prices. So the more conditioned they are to the higher prices, the less inclined they are to voluntarily restrict their consumption.
Well, do you think that the producers of energy, the industry, can get together with the users or the consumers and actually work this problem?
Yeah, I think it's an education issue, and unfortunately, present company excluded, the media sometimes focuses on the more volatile issues and doesn't educate the general public in the way that it could if it wanted to in how to arrive at solutions. My brothers and I grew up in a very highly polluted area, a high industrial area with a lot of pollution back before the EPA stepped in and implemented controls. And virtually every one of my parents' age group, friends of my parents, have died by cancer.
Oh, good.
No other reason except for the occasional heart attack, but invariably it's due to cancer. And so I'm convinced, even though I don't have any medical proof, that it's probably because they were exposed to a lot of these pollutants in high doses for a long period of time. And if it hadn't been for the EPA stepping in and cleaning up some of that pollution, it would still be going on today in my generation and the generation to come. So I don't have to have a global warming philosophy or a political agenda to understand that I want my son and my grandkids, if I ever have any, I want them to have clean air and clean water and a clean environment to live in, and there's no reason why they can't. We have the technology to do so, and we just need to get everyone together to come to a mutual solution on how to arrive at that.
Well, and not just here. That's
right.
A planet-wide solution.
Planet-wide solution. That's
and I think
correct.
we can all get behind. Whether you believe in climate change or not is not really relevant. We
Correct.
can all get behind reducing pollution,
Yes.
having cleaner air, and improving the quality of life.
Right.
I think that's an easy one. As a mechanical engineer and moving your company toward production, what kind of things do you see on the horizons for your company?
Being a small company, we can't be on the cutting edge of new technology, but we can use technology that's been proven. And so we are using horizontal technology. It's no longer an unknown. We know that it's what we're capable of doing from a mechanical standpoint with horizontal drilling. And so we're taking that technology that's been proven by the majors, and we're utilizing that to exploit underproduced reservoirs and smaller reservoirs that the larger companies feel like it's too small to pursue.
And when was the company founded?
January the 1st, 2001.
Wow. So relatively recently.
Right, but I was in partners with a geologist for 6 years prior to that, so I've actually been off on my own for quite some time now.
So where's your company focused currently?
Mostly in the Permian Basin and the Delaware Basin, Eastern Shelf.
Dennis?
Yes.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I'm Richard Loomis with World Energy Television, and you've been watching our on-camera dialogues from NAPE 2008. Thank you very much for viewing.